Guardian says there's growing pressure on Downing Street to make a U-turn on providing meal vouchers during the school holidays. In England, the front page also features Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton following his world record-breaking win yesterday.
And we mentioned this story already. Marcus, the pride of Britain, is the headline on the front page of the Daily Mirror this morning. The paper is awarding the footballer for his campaign on free school meals, which has been much talked about over the course of the weekend. I think he's still tweeting, isn't he? He's still tweeting places that are helping out this week.
It's extraordinary the amount of people who are offering to help. Ministers are continuing to insist they will not extend the meal voucher scheme for children in England during the half-term holiday, despite calls for a rethink from some Conservative MPs. Pressure's growing for the decision to be reversed following a high-profile campaign by the footballer Marcus Rashford. The government says it's provided £63 million to councils to help those most in need. Food voucher schemes have already been introduced in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland.
Strictly. Did you watch Strictly at the weekend?
Yeah.
It's got a massive audience for Strictly Come Dancing.
I'm not surprised, are you? We all need something sparkling in our lives.
Well, did you see Caroline Quentin? Lots of people enjoyed her just sort of crying with enjoyment.
With the joy.
Yes. They say it went, hold on, you can't make a Strictly story without some sort of dance reference somewhere. So they went cha-cha charging back with 1.6 million more viewers than last year. This is Jason Bell, who was one of the stars on Strictly, but lots of people talking about Harvey and his jive with the person with the best name in TV, Jeanette Manrara. They finished off the evening and they were brilliant. I mean, he was spectacularly good.
Am I being really stupid? But do they always put the people who are best, they think are best last?
I don't know. Sometimes they put them at the start, don't they, to sort of kick it off in a nice way. But Motsi Mabuse said it was the best first dance ever in Strictly history.
It was absolutely brilliant. I don't know about you, but there's lots of apples where I live. A cider brewer has been inundated with donations of apples as an orchard renaissance starts to bear fruit in England. A London-based cider company sent 12 tonnes of apples in the post after launching a trial delivery scheme to encourage volunteers to swap russets and royals for bottles from last year's crop. That's a great idea, isn't it? So you donate the apples and in exchange you get last year's apple juice. Isn't that brilliant?
That's a very clever idea.
Actually cider.
There's loads of stuff on the back pages today about Theo Geoghegan-Hart, the incredible cyclist.
What
we'll be
a
speaking
story.
to David Brailsford about that a little bit later on. And also Damien Hill's going to be here talking about Lewis Hamilton finally breaking Michael Schumacher's record. 92 races in Formula One he's done now, which is quite incredible.
Londoners are being urged to seriously consider the dangers of holding fireworks displays in their own back gardens. The warning comes from the fire brigade and plastic surgeons as coronavirus restrictions force the cancellation of organised events. It's feared an increase in DIY displays could result in more accidents and serious injuries. Almost 500 fines have been issued to people not wearing face coverings on public transport in London. Since the 15th of June, it's been mandatory to wear a mask or face a £100 fine. Transport for London said most passengers were obeying the law, but it would take enforcement action against a selfish minority. And on escalators on the Underground, more than 200 UV light sanitising devices are being installed. It follows a successful trial which found they improve sanitisation levels on handrails by at least 50%. They use the motion to power a UV bulb that breaks down contamination to sanitise the surface continuously. OK.